Most sports talking heads make predictions, then hope you forget about how wrong they were. But not Mackey and Judd.
Write this down.
This is the big leagues, where we own our terrible predictions.
Write that down.
And keep track of each other's batting averages. It's Write That Down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
With Mackey and Judd.
Welcome in to the most innovative segment in all of sports media. The only show in America that actually puts statistics next to our predictions and holds a season-long batting average and home run race. This is Write That Down. 3 predictions from everybody each week. They must be quantifiable. Like I said, we keep track of batting averages and home runs. Declan's been dominating the batting average race. The home run race is tightening. And listeners, if you want to participate like Bubba is about to, you can send us a message through the Score North app. How many Twins predictions do you guys have queued up here in the aftermath of this
just one.
Correa stuff? Yeah. Just one?
Just one. And it actually has nothing to do with Correa. But yeah, just one.
One for me.
I think I have one too. I think we're not going to overdose, but it's a little follow-up prediction. Speaking of, you don't want to overdo it on food during the holidays, Judd. You want to be responsible, enjoy the holidays, but maybe get a head start on changing your life in the month of December.
And that's a very simple thing to do with the help of our friends from Livia Weight Control Centers. And that's right. I said weight control. I did not say diet plan. I did not say quick fix. I said weight control because that's what they do, which means that they help you to drop the pounds. And then most importantly, they help you to keep the pounds off. Why join now? It's as simple as this. If you do, you can save 50%. 50% from an award-winning weight loss program that's going to get your weight to a place that you want it. So all of those clothes are going to fit. You're going to look great. And then you're going to keep it there. You can certainly go to the dietitian stores in town here for your checkups, but you can also do them virtually, and virtually makes it easy for you if you're in Arizona, if you're in Florida, if you're in California. How do you start? 855-GO-LIVEA, Livia.com, LIVEA.com. I dropped 40 pounds, and most importantly, keeping the weight off. LIVEA.com. And again, if you do it now, 50% off. Best offer of the year.
All right, boys, let's
Write
get
it
into
down.
it here.
You like writing things down.
Let's get to the accountability session here. We have just a few weeks left in the 2022 Write That Down season. Remember, football-related predictions, we do carry the season over. So we may not have a final tally on all of the hits and home runs until after the football season's over. But we'll start with Judd here. 3 things came off the board for you here, Judd.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Vikings.
You'd like to thank the Vikings?
I'd like to thank the Vikings for this. That they were forced to do nothing but throw the ball to Jefferson because everyone else stunk.
You said Jefferson would catch no more than 4 passes, but he would go over 100 yards in this game. Yeah. He definitely went over 100. I don't know what you were thinking here.
I was thinking it was going to be a Moss-like game. And that
it definitely was,
and that he would be sort of that he wouldn't catch a ton of balls. I was thinking Moss 98 Thanksgiving Day.
Yep. Well, it was definitely something like that. But
yeah, I was very wrong.
You said there'd be a report that the Twins were among the teams in on Verlander. I don't think there was. I think he was just.
I didn't see that.
I don't think there was.
Just signed. And then this one should have come off the board a while ago. You said Bobby Witt Jr. would win AL Rookie of the Year. It was Julio.
Your guy.
You're in Seattle. Yep, my guy. All right, I had old Macadac had a nice little week here. Yeah. We'll start with the bad. He said Anthony Edwards would have a 40-point game sometime in the last week. It did not happen. I actually thought Correa would just drag the market out until February 1st. I was wrong about that. However, I told you guys Rudy Gobert would have a 20-rebound game between last week's Write That Down and this week's. Hello.
That came off the board that night, right?
I think so.
He may have had 2, actually, in this last week. He only had 2 all season.
I think you got that off the board last Wednesday night.
So, little home run there for Macadac. And then told you that Correa would sign with a team that's not the Twins, but that there would be a report that the Twins made a competitive offer. That might be the most correct, timely prediction that I've made all year. Right there. Okay, listeners, it was a bloodbath. Really bad here.
Yo.
Zach said Hawkinson would have 8 or more catches, 100 or more yards, at least a touchdown, and a giant bear hug from Dan Campbell. Barry said Gopher Volleyball would make the Final Four. Michael said Jamison Williams would go for 100 yards and a touchdown in one of the 2 games against the Vikings. Ooh, that's a tough beat. He didn't get the hundo. Jay said Vikings would beat the Bills and lose to the Jets. Ben in a parlay said Vikings would reach double-digit wins. They did. Win the North. They will. And sweep the North.
Oh, parlaying, man.
These parlays are killer.
Parlay kids.
Yeah.
And then Derek said the Wolves, this is actually from, I forgot to take this one off the board way early in the year. This is before the season ended last year. The Wolves would be an 8 seed or better. They were Cat or Ant would receive MVP votes, and Pat Beverly or Jared Vanderbilt would make an all-NBA defensive team. I don't believe those happened.
Pat Bev is cooked.
He might be cooked.
Yeah. He is cooked.
He can't shoot anymore. He was kind of a mediocre shooter to begin with, and now he's...
Vando looks great in Utah.
He does look pretty good. He does. Dex, you had a nice week. You said the Wild would pick up 5 points between the last week. That was wrong. They picked up 4. Mm-hmm. But you did say the Wolves would win consecutive games sometime in the last week without Cat. This was I don't even know what this was. You said the Twins would hand out $20 million in free agency money, like bulk money, between this prediction and the end of December. So basically, they just signed anyone.
Yeah, sign a guy.
During the winter meetings.
Find someone.
They did. Christian Vasquez. And then you said Correa would sign a contract between last week and the end of the month, and he did. So with that, Declan up to 422 on the season with 15 dingers. Judd at 344 with 9 home runs. I'm at 296 with 14 home runs, almost catching up to Declan as he swings for singles. Old Macadac is swinging for the fences.
You are swinging for home runs. You're right.
And the listeners are at 270 with 13 home runs on the season. Career stats, Judd leads with 253 hits. Listeners lead with 32 home runs. I'm up to 29, though, now. Just about to catch the listeners here, maybe, by the end of the year. So there you go. This is your accountability session. Let's get our guy in here, Bubba. Guest listener predictor, Bubba. What's going on, dude? That is some serious beard game you have rocking, sir. Amazing.
Thank you.
All right, what's on your strategy here today? Are you going to be swinging for the fences? Are you dropping bunts? What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably swing for the fences here today.
I like it.
Might as well.
Like, he thought about that for a second. He's like, screw it. I'm swinging for the fences. Mm-hmm. So we're going to start with Bubba, over to Judd, Declan, myself. 3 trips around the room. Predictions must be quantifiable. Pretty much the only rule here. So
write that down.
Bubba, fire away, sir.
All right, write this down. The North Dakota State Bison football team will win the national championship.
Repping that NDSU hooded sweatshirt there, I see. Love it, dude.
Good prediction.
Right,
I like it.
All right. The Wild will get at least a point in each of their next 5 games. So they play Detroit, they play Chicago, they play the Senators to close out their homestand that's going on right now, and then they play at Anaheim and San Jose. They will get at least a point, so they'll either win or
they'll go unbeaten.
Yes,
they won't lose in regulation.
Well, they will have a OT loss potentially. Yes. So anyway,
they won't lose in regulation.
They will get a point.
Is this a home run?
Yes.
This feels like a home run.
Yes, it's extremely specific. Yes, even though they're softies. Yeah,
and that's why I'm going with it.
He's predicting a 5-item specific parlay in games. I mean, yes, that is a home run.
That is a good point. That's a good way to look at it. It's a 5-item parlay of fairly likely outcomes in each of them.
Dance, boys.
But we know the parlay game.
It's a tough game.
Just takes one.
Write this down.
I want the home run.
I'll get a wild prediction in here. Sammy Walker, the former Gopher captain and Mr. Hockey winner at Edina, will score his first NHL goal between now and next week's. Write that down. So 2 games so far for Sammy Walker, Phil. And I don't know if you want to relist to the Hockey Whisperer and, a bottle and into the ocean or however you want to communicate to him. But he has had some really nice chemistry with Matt Boldy on that second line. And even though it's been 2 games, he's looked very impressive. And I think he gets rewarded with a goal between now and next week's. Write that down.
Okay.
If he gets sent down, I will lose my you-know-what.
I don't think he will.
I hope he doesn't, because I will lose it.
How many times has Judd blown a gasket so far on Judd's hockey show this year?
Not that many gaskets, because they're starting to now figure some things out.
Yeah.
But he hasn't really had to blow in a gasket because they haven't really caused him to blow a gasket so far. He got a little nervous at the beginning with the goaltending situation when they allowed like 15 goals in like 5 periods. But outside of that, he's been pretty tame, and I'm pretty impressed.
Dean's losing me a little bit at times, so I do have to admit my patience is being tried by Dean. But they played, I mean, that game that they played against the Oilers on Monday night was, I think, their best game of the entire season. I thought that was a great game.
I agree.
By the way, this is probably more of a Purple Daily thing here for today. I'm going through these Ed Donatel quotes. Ed Donatel speaking.
Yeah, I
some major double speak here from Donatel.
I want to, yeah.
Major double speak.
Nothing. I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. All right. Write this down.
Write this down.
I should probably do the opposite here because I think that there's a chance the Twins might just like overreact to losing Correa and get splashy. I think they're at a poker table that the stakes are too high. I don't think they understood like the depth of the waters they were swimming in. And so I'm going to say this. The Twins will not sign a player to a $100 million contract or more at any point between now and March 1st. I do think they're going to sign players, but I don't trying to think of the guys that are going to get that contract. Carlos Rodon, Dansby Swanson. There's a couple other dudes out there maybe. I don't think they're going to be able to tread in those waters. So they will sign some players. That's off the record, but the prediction is they will not sign a 9-figure contract between now and March 1st.
Can they get IKF back?
Is he a free agent or is he just available for trade?
I have no idea.
I think he went back to the Yankees.
They should call the Yankees about him. Watch the Yankees. So who's the Yankees shortstop right now? Is it they had like a young dude come up, right? But what if they sign Dansby? If they sign Dansby Swanson and then float IKF back to the Twins and everything just comes full circle?
Think the Twins wouldn't bite?
Write this down.
Damn
they
right
might
they
have
would.
to. Yeah. All right, back to Bubba. Your second prediction.
All right. Well, Judd kind of sniped one of mine about a month or so ago, but
bastard.
It happens. But the Gopher women's hockey will win the national championship this year as well.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. A couple national titles. I like
Yep.
this.
Couple natty predictions.
Men's team looks so good.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously, it's unbelievable. They are
That
dominating.
women's team, I've caught a few games too, and they brought a handful of girls back, and they're scary.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
powerhouse.
Good.
Love it.
Take
Write
that.
this down.
State of hockey, right?
Yep.
Well,
Darn sure.
we've seen the men's play before, but
Okay, Buzz Killington. Yeah.
see what happens. Go ahead, Judge.
Judley.
All right. Off of Phil's ode to the Lions yesterday, write this down. The Lions will lose to the Jets on Sunday. The
Big emotional win. I can see that.
The Detroit Lions flying high. Dan Campbell, who admitted, did you guys see this?
Dude,
He admitted.
actually, we have it.
Oh, okay.
Can we?
Yeah.
We have it. It's in the Purple Daily.
Okay.
Can we flip that right now or no?
Yes.
Let's do it real quick here. We're going to go unprecedented.
Okay.
All right, Dex, you'll see it in there. This is weird. I know we just flipped to the Purple Daily YouTube brand. You'll see it in there.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't just like football. He loves football.
And the fans are doing the wave around the stadium, and so I'm just watching, and I hear Ben Johnson's like, "Hey, coach, you want to?" And I'm so focused on the wave, and I said, "Yeah, that's fine." And I look up, and we're throwing it to Panay, and I'm like, "What the are we doing?" Coach said it was fine. So, but it worked out great.
I didn't see that.
I saw the quote. I didn't hear it. That's even better when you hear it. Yes. So he
Dan Campbell and Pat McAfee is the greatest combination ever.
Yes.
It's so much football. So much football. How does that feel? Dan Campbell, the game is on the line. The season, the Lions' playoff hopes are on the line.
Huge play.
And he's staring at the wave.
And then acknowledges it.
Although, as Alex Boone pointed out in the Trenches episode that dropped this morning, so he texted me like, I don't know, yesterday at some point in the middle, like he actually was like 5 a.m. He's just up grinding film at 5 a.m. And in all caps, he goes, pull the play 2 plays before the Sewell catch. It sets everything up. And you'll see 2 plays before they ran that play, they had Sewell lined up on the other side of the line of scrimmage, running a jet sweep motion to just sort of clear out for the run play that they ran. And then they flip him on the other side of the line of scrimmage for the 3rd down play, and the Vikings probably thought, like, oh, he's just there to be a road grader and just, like, get a head start and clear everyone out. Nope. He was running on a pass route. It was brilliant coaching by the Lions, but it was the offensive coordinator, not Dan Campbell, that was the mastermind. So, obviously.
Incredible.
I didn't know what was happening. I was watching the wave.
That is so Ticey.
Oh,
that is like classic Ticey is what that is.
I think we're back to Declan here, I believe.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
All right. My second prediction here. Make a little Wolves prediction. So 10 games for the Wolves for the rest of the month as of this prediction. They have 10 games left in the month of December. So write this down. The Wolves will win at least 6 of those 10 games. So they will go 6-4 between now and the end of the month. Write it down.
I would consider that a success if they could. And then they would be above 500 going into January. I think we'd take that.
Write that down.
Okay, so I think I agree with Judd. I'm going to try and form a Lions prediction here, too. I think I agree they're probably going to lose. They'll have a letdown game against the Jets. But here's my prediction. The Lions will finish above 500, which means they'll either win out and finish 10-7, or they'll win 3 of their last 4 and finish 9-8.
Okay.
I'd have to see where the tiebreakers fall. I don't know that 9-8 guarantees them a wild card spot with where the Seahawks are at and some other teams, Commanders, but the Lions will finish above 500. Write it down.
Write that down.
Is that a home run if they win 3 of their last 4?
Who are they?
It's 3 road games. It's at the Jets, at a rejuvenated Carolina team. As I'm trying
They
to
went 3 of the last 4 and
leverage
3 on
my
the
home
road.
run.
You said.
Yep, and then at Green Bay, and then home against Chicago.
I'd
the
be
other
comfortable
games.
with that. Yeah, I mean that's
Home run.
That's
I mean,
a
you
free
guys think they're
road
garbage,
game.
so
Yeah,
it
I'm
must.
fine with
It's
that.
got to be a home run.
I'm
you guys
out of the
think they're terrible.
home run race, so I take the home run.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay.
Dex, you're the deciding vote.
Write that
No,
down.
that's fine. Yeah, we'll give it to him.
Oh, okay. Now you're just like, oh, poor me.
No, we'll give it to him.
We can revisit if needed, but it's
You're
it's,
like the
it feels
Twins.
like a home run.
Oh, we tried.
We tried.
Oh, we tried to win the home run title.
All right, Bubba, what's your third and final prediction?
All right. Well, I'm going to kind of be a party pooper here for the Wild. So with cap hell these next 3 years, write this down. They will either be one and done and or not make the playoffs. And then I'm going to add a little something here because if I'm not wrong, Kaprizov's contract is up after cap hell is done. And I think we're going to kind of have a Marion Gabrick type thing where he's like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm going to go somewhere else and win a cup.
Oh no, dude.
Well, at least
Bubba.
don't do the Gabrick thing. You have to trade him.
Right. Yeah.
The Gabrick thing was Risebrow didn't trade him.
No, that was highway robbery there.
Yep. Set the franchise back.
Buzzkill Bubba coming in here.
Write that down.
You know what? Write that down is all about trying to be right, not about being a apologist or a fan. So I
It is true. We get to the truth one way or the other here on write that down.
I like
Well,
that.
and I know next year with cap hell, we got nothing.
Yeah. And the cap is not going up as once thought a few months ago. It's maybe going to go up $1 million. It was expected to maybe go up $4 or $5 million with the escrow being paid off, but that is not tracking to be a thing by next offseason.
Other than that, things are
Other
going
than that,
great.
we're fine.
Bubba, appreciate you coming on, man. Since you've got this life-changing platform here in front of the millions and millions, or maybe not quite that many, Mackey and Judd listeners and viewers, is there anyone in your life you'd like to thank that brought you to this moment?
You guys for sure, and I'm also gonna shout out to Royce, and I'll even give Chipper a shout out. You know, you guys are honestly my entertainment of the week.
Thank you.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Appreciate
Thank you.
listening, watching. We'll relay that on to Patrick. Of course, this is the one day we don't have Pat on. He's just
Right.
taking all of his
Right,
takes
yes.
to Twitter, just ranting. So, Bubba, thanks. We'll get you on again sometime, man. Good luck with your predictions, dude.
See ya.
Thank you.
All right, there he is. Guest listener, predictor, Bubba. Big NDSU guy.
Go Bison.
That brings us back to Judd here in a second. And this last round of predictions presented by our friends at Federated Mutual Insurance Company. Federated, been around for over 100 years. They're one of us, so to speak, based in Owatonna, Minnesota. And they founded their company in 1904, and they have spent the last 100-plus years helping businesses maximize their success through risk management, face-to-face relationships. It's so comforting if you're a business owner to have a great partner like Federated linking arms with you. Federatedinsurance.com to find out more information. Federated, it's our business to protect yours. All right, Judd, what's your third and final prediction?
My third and final prediction is going to be my Twins prediction. I was going to do something along the lines of free agent signings, but you sort of went there. So I will tweak mine to go in a different direction. And with the mood of today, write this down. Kyle Farmer will be the Twins' opening day shortstop.
Dude.
Kyle Farmer
if
will
that
be,
happens, just
on your
shut
scorecard,
it all
he will
down.
be the 6. He will be the 6. He cannot shift, so he will never play on the right field side of second. No, Kyle Farmer will be the shortstop. Opening day for Baldelli's boys.
Amazing. Who's on the media cover, the program cover, the media guide cover? Do you think this year?
I have a prediction on that.
Oh,
this just reminded me. I wrote this down in my notes to make a prediction on this exact topic, and now I'm going to pivot my other Twins prediction to this exact media cover one.
Okay.
Nice.
So write this down. All 5 uniforms will be featured on the media cover.
Yep, something like that.
So it won't be just like one player wearing something. They're going to have 5 dudes all on the media card with all 5 uniforms. That's the marquee. That's the showcase. So write this down. The Twins media guide will feature all 5 uniforms on the cover.
Well, wait a second. Okay. No, this is fine. But it's less about, like, if the uniforms are just like without players, it still counts.
No.
It's less about the players. It's more about the 5 uniforms.
Yes, that is the whole thing. It's not going to be about one guy like Buxton or a Rise or on there with like his hardware of winning the batting title. It's going to have 5 guys. Correct.
It's got to be all
does
5.
Not hit. It's got to be all 5.
It has to be all 5.
Yep.
And it can be 5 guys wearing the jersey. That's okay.
Yes.
All
I
right.
think it's going to be a montage of everyone in a uniform or something dumb.
We're so,
Write this down.
we just have
Salty.
such disdain right now for this
Saltiness
franchise.
is taking over.
It's incredible.
I don't blame anybody for doing
Okay. I'll make one more Twins prediction here. The San Francisco Giants are a great organization. They've had a couple weird years mixed in, but they've got 3 World Series titles since the last time the Twins won a playoff game. Isn't Gabe Kapler, former friend of the show? He's their manager.
Great appearance one time. Yes, he is.
I think he made 2 appearances on
He's
the
a
Mackey
friend of your
Judge
show?
He came on.
He came on a couple of
all right.
times when he used to work in media, and him and I became like texting buddies for like 2 years. Not every day.
Go back
but
to
like,
it.
He's a
send a
great
text.
dude. Yeah.
Hey, Phil, do you have ideas for how to best use Correa? You could be like, Gabe, baby, send me a stipend.
My guy. Yes. So write this down. The San Francisco Giants will play in a World Series in 2023 or 2024. I'm taking a Judd-like prediction
it.
here. They will play in a World Series in 2023 or 2024.
Okay.
Carlos is going to get what he wants, all right?
Write this down.
So there you go. Those are your write that down predictions, your accountability session. The only show in America that actually has the cojones to put statistics next to our predictions. Judd's going to be sporting that Twins hat with pride, regardless of who's playing.
Come on, Kyle Farmer.
Shortstop, third base.
Come
Because
on,
I
Kyle
big
Farmer.
chewing on mine the other day. I was like, yeah, it's fine. You know, 'cause it should be chewing on that hat. I don't care. He can chew on
At
that
this
hat.
point, go ahead.
Yeah,
Yep.
go ahead,
Just chew
Vincent.
away. In fact, it looks like it's snowing outside, Vinny. Why don't we turn that hat over so you can just go potty inside the hat?
That's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
All right, we got to run Purple Daily, where we'll be dissecting. We'll make more predictions and dissect the Ed Donatel Come to Jesus press conference today.
Come on, Kyle Farmer.